Hello everyone, welcome to the discussion of weighted index number. This is topic number 5.8, a continuation of index number, which is unit 5. Weighted index number, quantity consumed of each commodity at a given price is considered in addition to the price of the commodities. So far, we have discussed about simple aggregative method or simple average method where we were not using the quantity into the calculation or into the consideration. But as you know, when a family is trying to find how much is the total expenditure, definitely the quantity consumed by them should be considered. Otherwise, it's meaningless only considering the price. In that sense, weighted index number is a more complete in nature and it is very much useful in calculating index number. Under weighted index number, there are two types of methods are there. One is weighted aggregative price index and one is weighted average or price relative method. Weighted aggregative price index. In this method, this is similar to simple aggregative price index method with the basic difference that weights, which is nothing but the quantity consumed or quantity purchased or quantity produced or supplied, are multiplied to the price of the respective commodities. The more common name to weighted aggregative price index method is aggregate expenditure method. So in the exam, you will see mostly this is coming as aggregate expenditure method. There are several methods which are coming under the weighted aggregative price index method. One is Lush-Payer method, purchase method, Fisher's ideal index method. All this method I will discuss in my subsequent video, and especially while discussing about Fisher's ideal index, I'll give a brief about the Lush-Payer and the purchase method. Normally the aggregate expenditure method, which comes under weighted aggregative price index, the formula is summation P1 Q0 divided by summation P0 Q0 into 100. Q0 is the quantity consumed in the base year, whereas P1 is the price of the current year for each commodity and P0 is the price for the base year for each commodity. There is another method which is called as weighted average or price relative index. I believe you remember in my earlier video I have discussed about simple average or price relative method where we were trying to calculate I, which is price relative for each commodity, by the current year price divided by the base year price into 100. And if there are suppose five commodities, so we will do I1, I2, I3, I4, I5, adding all the I divided by the number of items, which is 5, we used to calculate. This method also quite similar in nature. Only exception is that here each and every price relative I is multiplied by the value weights. What do you mean by weights? Weights are either given in the question or found by multiplying the prices and quantities of the respective commodities. Then we'll find summation IW divided by summation W, and you will find the price index in that method. This another name for weighted average price relative method is called family budget method, which is most common rather than calling it weighted average price relative method. And in the exam, you will see mostly this family budget method is a very common, many times the questions are coming on this method. Let's see the simple aggregative, weighted aggregative expenditure method, how to calculate. So I have taken one example. There are 6 commodities are given. Their quantity consumed in the base year, which is 2008, are given. The prices in 2008 for each commodities are given, and prices in 2014, which is current year, which are given for each commodity. So how to do that? The first thing is we need the formula. If you remember the first here, the formula is summation of P1 Q0 divided by summation of P0 Q0. So we have to first calculate P0 into Q0. P0 is the base year price. Q0 is the base year quantity. We multiply 12 into 15, 50, then you will get 600, 8 into 40, 320, and like that I have calculated, and I have got the summation of P0, Q0 as your 2330. Now, prices of the current year P1 multiplied by the quantity of the base year, it is given as 720,360. So, P1 Q0, and we have got the summation of P1 Q0 as 2810. Using the weighted aggregative method, we will find the value is 2810 by 2330 into 100, and we are getting it 120.60. This is used. So by the method is called aggregate expenditure method or weighted aggregative method. What is the exact meaning of that? That means in 2014 you have to spend rupees 120 rupees 120.60 to buy something which you could have bought by paying only rupees 100. So 100 rupees, whatever was the value in 2008, in 2014, that you have to spend 120.60. Now this method also having a problem. Some of you might question why the quantity, where is the quantity of the current year? Because the family might have increased its consumption or might have reduced its consumption. So Q1 is not into the picture. So that's why this method is also not foolproof, but these also are used a lot. In my next video, I'll go through the another method. The first one will go Pasche and Lasper, and then the Fisher's method, which is actually called the ideal method for calculating index number. So follow my video. Thank you.